Alright, welcome to another Let's Try today. We are getting into an FPS game that's been a while since, I feel like, called Metal Eden. Let's read the description here. An adrenaline rush sci-fi FPS. A hyper unit Aska is sent on a suicide mission to rescue citizens core from Mobius, an orbital city turned into a deadly trap. Dive into cybernetic warfare, face the engineers, and uncover the seekers of Metal Eden. Alright, the tags are action, shooter, boomer shooter, FPS, and 3D. I read on the forum and I agree, this is not a boomer shooter. This, it's modern graphic, it's modern mechanics. Hey, but that's a minor thing. So the demo just released yesterday. There is a competition going if you are a speedrunner, and you can find information on I believe on their Steam page or somewhere. But you can submit a run to speedrun.com or something like that, I think it was called. And I like speedrunning, but I'm not good enough to enter this competition, right? But yeah, if you're really good at speedrunning, love speedrunning games like this, you can enter competition. There is a prize pot, I think it is. So I'm gonna just release this video to you guys, so you have a chance to probably, maybe do something with that, show your skills. And since this is an FPS game, you're gonna do what all our hardcore FPS gamers do. We're gonna pick our controller. I have my favorite, the Steam controller, Valve. It's time for the follow-up, for the love of God. And obviously we don't need any auto-aim bullshit, we are true gamers. And obviously I'm joking now, mouse, keyboard, if you use like my Steam controller or the Gamesir T4 Kaleid, motion, gyros, on, off, whatever, that's fine. And I have no problem with auto-aim. This is a single-player game. I just think that auto-aim, it's my personal opinion, should never be a thing in an online game. I don't care if it makes it playable for gamepad users. I just feel that if it is a competitive shooter, there should be no hand-holding, like aiming or something like that. If there is, it should be over the board, mouse and keyboard, gamepad, whatever. It should be an equal playing field. If gamepad does not get you good enough, then you need to find something that gets you good enough. I'm just, when the dual stick controllers came out, I picked those up, and I'm just jumped into like an FPS game, and I'm like, hell no, I can't hit anything. That's it. Mouse and keyboard, Steam controller came out, picked it up, it was fun. I was not expecting anything. Went into the Far Cry, no auto aim, and just, oh shit, I can hit something. I love this. So yeah, a little bit of information. Use the timestamp to jump to the action. We are gonna check the options right now real quick. I think that is really good to tweak stuff, and let's get into it to optimize your experience from the get-go. The first thing here is that it is pretty decent, nice looking background here, right? The menu, but it is heavy. It's almost maxing out, and you can already here tell this is Unreal Engine 5 game. And I have VSync on, and I'm not reaching the full potential here. It's just my Ryzen 5600X is not good enough for a really solid experience in this game. Because otherwise the GPU usage would be 99% and the frames would be higher. But check the options first. Hello, there we go. So game options, field of view slider, that's nice. I think this fits more in the video menu, but that's my personal opinion. Auto weapons, blah blah, switch on empty, switch weapon on equip empty weapon. Let's go with the default. This was the default settings. Audio, master volume, music volume, sound voice over volume. Alright, good enough, solid options. Again, I think this is good if it starts as 70%, but no problem. You have your input sensitivity here, mouse sensitivity, mouse smoothing on off. I'm gonna be spoiling already, right? There is a lot of talk on the forum that something feels off with the mouse, no matter the mouse smoothing being off here. There's some kind of acceleration or something off, and yeah, it feels, I can agree that something is interesting there. Something is tweaking with how the input is handled. But you know, you have your basic settings here in controller settings and everything. Haven't tried with, you know, controller. My Steam controller is just running mouse and keyboard mode 100%. So keyboard directional dodge, I have no idea what this means. It could be good with an explanation. Since I don't know what it does, I'm gonna just ignore it. It could be double tap left or right for a dodge or something like that. Vibration and camera axis Y. I guess you can... This is... Okay, but you can only invert the Y axis, not the X axis. X axis. I think it's good to have just both there. Alright, let's go to... We skipped this one. This should be under input here, because input and keyboard and controls, they belong together, so I don't know why this is in the middle there. You have some remapping. It's nice that you can see here and see what you have to do, what you should be able to remap. And it's just pretty much a standard mid-range FPS input heavy game, so nothing crazy, nothing lightweight. So it was fairly easy to map everything to the Steam controller, so nice for me. I like these, like input light, input medium, I like those. Input heavy, it starts to be like, it's just too cluttery for me. Controls. No remapping, which I think is a sad thing. Should be fully remapping for keyboard and for gamepad, but at least you can see what it does. But there's no preset, there's nothing, it's just the forced default thing. Accessibility options. Colorblind options, that's, you know, nice to have some. Since I'm not colorblind, I can't tell how good this is gonna be, you know. Subtitles on off here, subtitle size, subtitles background, that's nice, and some language here. Finally, and good thing. Let's go to the video tab. This is probably where you're gonna have to spend some time if you are not running a really good machine. Because if you have, like me, Intel ARC B580 with the Ryzen 5600X, performance is just not good. I'm struggling my ass off to get this going. You can see 1080p window mode here. Everything is set to low. I do have VSync on because otherwise the frame pacing was really bad. You can also see that I have FSR on upscaling. Even in 1080p I can't get native upscaling with good performance. And also, this is a little bit of unfortunate, you can't go the native FSR, right, that only applies anti-aliasing. So if you want to use the frame generation, which is actually really good in this game, I felt, it was not bothering me, and it wasn't GPU heavy, super GPU heavy or anything like that. But you have to have upscaling at least quality for it to enable frame generation. There is, I believe, DLSS support, and hopefully DLSS with the frame generation also. Don't know the options there since I don't have an NVIDIA graphics card. There's no Intel upscaling or frame generation, unfortunately, or no like low latency mode support. I don't know if you have NVIDIA, if it's gonna support reflex. Those are definitely nice to have. And since I'm gonna be forced to use upscaling and frame generation for this game to run good, I would have loved to have Intel XeS, obviously, and Intel XeS, you know, the low latency mode there. I'm gonna turn this one off, just so you can see the basic performance, you can see how it's gonna run, and yeah, for recording it's gonna be smoother, because if I turn on frame generation, you might get 2 frame generated image in a row, it might, you know, since it's not gonna be 60 frames, it's gonna be skipping that. And it, you know, OBS is gonna probably add some lag. I can see that right now because it's so heavy. And as soon as my GPU hits like 90 plus GPU utilization, OBS just will not wanna record good with Intel ARC B580. It's gonna drop frames. So it is what it is. But you're probably gonna spend a lot of time here, and like if you're running anything lower than my setup, you're gonna have probably a bad, just very struggling to get a good going 1080p playable experience, unfortunately. But let's get into the game. Yes, I do. Let's press F and clear this one. Yes, we're gonna start from the beginning. You get 2 chapters in this... Whoa, okay. There we go. In this demo here. Yeah, OBS is just red, like telling me, holy hell, I can't record this. Because the GPU utilization is just through the roof, and yeah. This is a bit weird. There is a little bit of text here. I'm gonna leave MSI Afterburner here open all the time, just to really show you the performance here. Also, if there is shader compilation stutters and like that, since I run this first part, the first chapter here, I'm gonna get a smoother experience than you might get the first time. But it was, I was tweaking so many settings and dunning, I can't say if there was any shader compilation problems or not. It just, I was just struggling getting some kind of a performance. I wanted 4040p, I wanted 120 frames. If I was running anything on low, that's fine. But yeah, this is a bit weird that you have, like, there's no button to skip, there's nothing there. Telling you, it's just this text box. OBS is just choking again there. Oh my god, it's struggling hard. Alright. Yeah, again, OBS is just not liking this. Not liking this at all. It is.
Locate defunct hyperunit. Restore core ripper function.
So I do really like this introduction here. I think it is really nice. But again, like you can see here, I'm struggling to get 60 frames. I'm just barely sometimes getting 60 frames here. My Ryzen 5600X is just hammered. So you know, a better CPU is gonna be necessary for you, and it's using quite a lot of system memory here, and VRAM is pretty low for this game though. You know, just around 6 gigs so far. Oh, let me do one thing here. We're gonna close down the browser that can interfere with the performance. So if you're gonna run this, don't have application open and nothing, just have like the base game. Discord might interfere here if you're having a lower end system. It's so intense. So if I was not recording, I could turn on frame generation. I would get anything from 80 to 120 frames. But recording would be look very unsmooth. It's still not, you know, the best experience. Seems like there is some stuttering here. Even with VSync on, it's just not a smooth experience. Also, there is forced motion blur on in this game. I've removed that by editing the configurations file that are hidden in your app data local Metal Eden folder. I also turn on, like, I don't know if this game has it, depth of field and chromatic aberration. So you have a jump and you have a boost jump. You have a dash that use your kind of fuel. Right, these are annoying because you cannot skip this until that timer is there. An option to disable tutorials would be nice, or just skip the going down. But I guess that's a safety thing, so you don't accidentally just zoom by them. Oh, oops, that. Alright, so meleeing enemies is gonna give you HP back. So this gun, it seems like it has unlimited ammo, but it will stall. You can see now I can't use it until it's cool down there. But yeah, you get...
Look at you. Hyper unit's first baby steps. Run, jump, finger on the trigger.
But yeah, I love this aesthetic. Obviously, I don't want to use 1080p with FSR upscaling, and I would love it if I could get stable 60 frames and then stable 120 frames with frame generation. Then I would have just enjoyed this game quite a lot more. But the aesthetic, it's got a little bit of the cyber Ghost Runner vibe with the music that fits the ambience music fitting here. And that kind of voiceover there happening, and you have you have grappling or grabbing edges here. You have your melee button. You have different weapons.
I suggest haste.
Which
situation is suboptimum.
yeah.
To find a defunct hyper unit. Piece by piece, assemble yourself back together. Try to make this run worthwhile.
It also has... I don't know, I lost my train of thought because of that dude interrupted me. But yeah, very good gameplay mechanic that is a little bit of a Doom 2016-ish. Also, I think that this aesthetics has almost a little bit of that Doom vibe, but a little bit more vibrant. So I do love this is a game I would love to get into if I could get better performance going. And the demo is good, I love it. I hope they keep it up and maybe update it after release. So if you have a low-end computer, try the demo before buying this. Or mid-tier computer, just any computer, just to see, can I get a good experience that I enjoy here? Here we got our first weapon here.
ISF arsenal depot breached. POC weaponry unlocked.
So this weapon has a manual reload. This one does not. There we go. And I like they have a little bit of input optimization here, which is super good, because you use your you have kind of two melee buttons in a way, but one traditional, this melee, and another one that's coming up soon, and that other one is also activate. It's going like on rails, it's picking stuff up. I love that. More like that, more thinking like how can we make one input do more in a smooth way. But one thing I want to try to do here that's kind of was not my thing is when I just use the mouse for quicker. Right, this one. Pistol is 2 and auto pistol is 1. I think I would like to swap these around. Can I do that? Can I do this to be 2? Yes. I don't know. It feels more... I think it would be feeling more intuitive to me. I like that you can remap. So here. Again, I would love it for gamepad also. But yeah, I think this is more natural for me. 1, 2. Even though this might be a weaker weapon, it just feels more natural to have the first kind of input here being this gun, and this the second more automatic. But maybe I will change my mind later on. Do you have air dash or ground dash? Inputs feels solid. It's a lot of good thing. Like there's only unfortunate, like it looks nice even on low settings, right? But maybe for a game like this isn't a AAA game or anything like that. It's kind of, I think it is the first game this studio has done. It might have been better to go with maybe a less resource hungry engine, Unity or, you know, Unreal Engine 4, to make more players gonna get into this Metal Eden universe. Yeah, this Unreal Engine 5.
Hyper unit in range.
This hyper unit was destroyed during the last run. Never a pleasant look, is it? A constant reminder of what we need to endure.
Establishing connection. Core Ripper active. Hyper unit is mission go.
Well done, Aska. Now you're complete.
Warning. ISC unit inbound.
Bring these clowns to the ground. Unleash your hyperpower. Rip their cores out. You know you want to.
Okay, that was super loud. I think you might wanna turn that audio down a little bit. Ooh, but yeah, I think it would have been more better options, you know, to include more player here on this first game in this series, to not use Unreal Engine 5. There we have our kind of second melee button in a way. You can rip out their core, or I guess, you know, symbol for a heart, and then use it as a bomb.
Targets down.
Yeah.
Hyper unit standby for new mission objective.
You're also going to be able to do more.
Objective updated. Give them hell, Hyper.
Their core is also going to give you more. I don't know if there's going to be like upgrade stuff happening or stuff like that, and how everything's going to work. The kind of ripping out the core, there are items you can pick up that takes the cooldown away, but if you don't have any pickups there, the cooldown is super long, and you have to look at the bottom middle there. That's kind of like gonna be red when you are on the cooldown. Since that's such a core mechanic, I almost feel like I would have liked to have the crosshair have like a red circle that's kind of going away to show when you can use that ability again, but I guess personal preference. There we're coming up to some wall running, and this has a little bit of a Ghost Runner vibe, right? But the one thing that, you know, this game doesn't have that Ghost Runner had is that it seems like you can only wall run on these particular walls, and, you know, it can still be fun, you know, like Turbo Overkill and other games have had that. But really, to me, wall running, when I, you know, playing Ghost Runner 1 and 2, it's just like, whoa, this is wall running. Like, this is how you do it. You see a wall, you run. But works pretty good.
Run activated.
It seems. It seems.
Bigger than you.
Alright, I'm sorry. It seems like there is one problem with this wall running mechanic. So if you jump normally, you kind of like magnetize to it. But if you use your dash, it seems like there is more yankiness. So I would recommend to not dash too much, or that they can tweak so that if you're dashing near a wall, you're still, these walls, you're still more higher magnet force for wall running. There was one wall, I'm just jumping, and then I'm just dashing from one wall to another wall running, and I'm in the mid-air, and then I dash towards this, and I'm just like, nope, you're not gonna wall run. And I had to just, okay, jump normally over without any dashing for that to happen. So
You and I, Aska. The road we walk is paved by those who shared this dream before me. and even more by those who wanted to oppose it.
Oh, did I go the wrong way? Oh man. I completely lost it. So. Yeah. I don't know if you can tell there, but when I dashed, there was this kinda like a half a second delay before the magnetizing happened to the wall. That made me fall off a wall consistently while dashing.
I'm not going to lie to you. I despise delusive content above all.
Survival rating dropped to
So you can see OBS is stuttering here, the video,
I try to flex
but the game is not.
at this moment they feel a little bit atrophied.
So if you see that the video is stuttering, but you can see that the frame rate at D3D12 is saying 60, that is just because the GPU is overloaded, so the Intel ARC B580 and the OBS recording, they just don't click there. If you have an NVIDIA RTX card, you know, you can pretty much max out your GPU and OBS will just still go fine. I wish Intel and OBS could work on this, because the Intel ARC B580 is a great recording, streaming software or hardware otherwise, but not when the GPU cannot be pushed hard, then there will be problems. But
Techno-hormone balance restored.
yeah, I might be repeating myself obviously, but the thing is, it's only for me, it's really only the performance that is standing in the way for me to really get into this game. Like everything else seems really solid, and if I could just get a super stable 60 frames here with like around the, you know, the 70% GPU mark on low settings, then I could enable frame generation here, get 120 frames, and I would be a happy little camper here just running around shooting, right? But the performance is just, for a game like this, it's way too stuttering for me. Alright, so here we learned that we can use these as a power-up. You can use them as a bomb to throw them, but you can also, and this is nice input optimization here, I love this. You hold it down instead, and you get a little bit of H. There we go. You hold the same button in that you rip out and toss with. If you hold it, you get a little bit of power and you get a power punch. And I'm wondering if we can upgrade that later on. That could be cool. There we go. There we go. So I actually played a lot of this part here with, you know, mouse and keyboard, and it's just, for me, this is just more of a fun, good experience. I'm doing a little bit better actually with it, even though my aiming might be maybe tiny bit different. Not worse, just different. So, you know, controller here with gyro is just more enjoyable for me in FPS games, in this at least.
You are determined to do your best. So I suppose your best will have to suffice.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like with the controller, if it is a good controller with gyro aiming, I have more quicker, more relaxed, or like availability to dash around, jumping, aiming, shooting, grabbing, and that. So it's just, yeah, for me it's a great thing. So I would really highly recommend it. Trying out some controllers with maybe some nice gyros, and just don't be that one that just mouse and keyboard is the only thing to rule them all, especially not in single player games. It's just super fun here for me. I do believe he has a weak point, that one on his back. Maybe. Okay. Whoa, whoa. Okay, maybe I'm wrong, but it looks like it should be a weak point. It looked like it should be a weak point, but maybe it wasn't. I wanted that. It looks so like a weak point that could just blow up, but maybe I have to use this gun for that to work. Maybe I can try to remember to try that on the next enemy, like that, with that orange tank on his back. And here again we have the rail, and you use the same button here, the rip out, activate button. And that I love this. It works smooth. It makes less input needed.
Sometimes it almost feels like I'm in a dream.
A dream I cannot wake up from.
Again, input optimizations, both is good for everyone, so more of that please. So we're gonna go to our first kind of Doomish styled battle room here. Let's see if we can make it through. This is the normal difficulty. I think it's so far normal has been fine, but I hope the full game has an easier difficulty for people that wants more casual experience or are more new to this genre. So yeah, I would love that. Okay, like this music. Alright, so something that I'm noticing here, this is, you know, pretty fast paced. It's not Doom Eternal crazy, it's more like the Doom 2016 pacing, which I love, you know, personal preference here, but I really don't think that the reload on the pistol is good. I think the reloading of the weapons in this game, when it is this kind of a little bit more faster paced, it's just a bit of an annoying thing. So I think just I would have loved to just take the reloading off. You could have maybe that it happens like a manual reload, or no, not manual, automatic reload, but just the normal firing speed of the gun is good enough without any reloading to happen. I don't know. I don't think in this game it's a good thing to have. I have to wait for the cooldown. There we go. Are you? Oh, damn. That sucks. Oops. Ah! There we go. There we go. Alright. So yeah, I hope we can upgrade so that the cooldown that is on the bottom there is less. And again, I think it would be nice, since this is such a core mechanic, if I could have that red ring being more around, like integrated into the crosshair. But that might be, you know, obviously it's not going to happen now, it's too late in the development. This is going to be released in, I believe, May 6th, so it's way too late to make a change like that. But that's, you know, something that would really help me, because I don't want to take my eye out of the center in a game like this in the combat to just look if I have a cooldown being done. So if that would have been integrated into the crosshairs of the weapon, like I see that circle, it's very simple, then it's gone. Okay, now I can rip the core out. I think that would have been amazing. Whee! So since I'm using my Steam controllers and the right pad with clicking things, sometimes I might accidentally get that weapon change instead of when I want to rip something out. That's because I haven't super tweaked my settings, so it's just my own fault. Nothing to do with the game or the Steam controller or anything, I just haven't super tweaked it yet. Yeah, this reloading is just, I don't know, I don't think it adds to the game here.
Alone, outnumbered,
Oh!
and deep behind enemy lines. Dropped straight into a hostile zone, with almost zero chance of success. This is exactly what hyper units were made for.
Right, I wish that when he spoke, he didn't do these super long pauses. I don't know, it stops the flow of the dialogue to me. Also, there's one thing that I'm not a fan of. I haven't encountered it, but if I look to the options, the keyboard, and I go this one, you have a weapon wheel. I haven't showcased that I can do that, so you don't have to hot swap weapons, but there is gonna apparently be different grenade types, and in the games like Doom 2016 Eternal and like this, fast-paced, swapping grenade types have never been a good thing to me. Maybe it will be good in this game, who knows. The only really good games for me when it had been reloading weapons and like having different type of grenades and like that had been really super fun. It's like in Fear, that's a tactical thing. You see that's gonna be a fight, you can be a little bit tactical, place out a little bit of mines and stuff, switch to grenade, go in to the battle, and reloading is part of the tactic. In a game like this, I'm a little bit on the fence on this, having multiple grenade types. If they wanna go the Doom Eternal route, where they kinda want you to hot swap grenades in the middle of a fight, that's just not gonna work. I do like that they are using input optimization here, right? So if you hold down here, you can get the weapon wheel and you can swap your weapons. I'm not going to be using this, so but you can. But if you just tap it, it's gonna swap your grenade type. I think that is, again, love the developers for this. They're really great at putting in that like, oh, we don't have to have a separate grenade switching button. You could definitely have it as an option that is not being binded or something like that for users that really want to have an extra binding, but having the default being like this to optimize the inputs to not be too many or reuse in that way, I love that. I think that's great. Alright, this is the wall where I just did the dash and I couldn't... I fell off every time. It works this time. I don't know what I was doing wrong, but I dashed previously and I'm just... shoot, several times. I'm just... And then I didn't dash and then I'm just... Okay, that worked. Alright. Something with the walls might be needing tweaking, maybe.
Maybe what they said is true. Maybe by wanting more than we need, we brought darkness into this world. Between life and death, did we ever have a choice? In despair, we raise our heads up into the light.
Right, so we're coming into like...
Crawl out of the darkness.
Again, speed up the dial.
As much as it hurts,
Oh my god.
the only way out is through.
Alright, now we... Yeah, that pause, the dramatic pause, I don't think that's adds anything to me. So yeah, this is gonna be the final fight here of this kind of thing. And I'm thinking that chapter 2, I'm gonna use timestamp here. I'm gonna be less talking here and everything, and just be focusing on gameplay. I think I've said everything that I can, unless there's gonna be a new game mechanic in chapter 2 coming up. But yeah, this is the end of the first chapter here, and you get the 2 chapters in this demo, which is it's a good length demo, solid demo for me, you know, except for performance and that's, you know, the people with some problem with like mouse acceleration being default and like you have motion blur forced on, like, but still it's a very on the good side of a demo in many ways. A good looking cutscene. Release the drones. Great animation there. All right. There we go. Again, without a reload, a hot swapping weapon would be more of a thing, and I think that would be more fun also. I really wish they could take out the reload. Just... Woo! Alright, I am on the...
Third wave incoming.
And again, it would have been great if that cooldown was visible on the crosshair, so I don't have to look down.
Final wave incoming.
Amen.
The pain is over. For now. Good run, Hyper. Now let's get you back.
Yeah, again, I don't know if you could tell there, but the reloading there, I think it's really not... I think it's bad in this game. Because otherwise, you know, you shoot, you get maybe the cooldown happening on your gun. You can just... You swap over to the next gun, you can swap back. It makes swapping guns a little bit more usable and more fun. Because it's not fun if you... Let's say you use a couple of guns, then you swap to the third one, and then you swap back, and oh shit, I have to... First thing you have to do now is in the midst of the combat, you have to reload. So I don't think that, for me, I definitely in this game, reloading, just, I would take that one out. Or have some kind of automatic reload. And like, if you don't have the gun equipped for, let's say, 2, 4, 3 seconds, something like that, that it would auto reload also. It just, yeah, I don't think it's in any way in the combat, it doesn't enhance it for me to just having to think, oh shit, do I need to reload? Can I reload now? If I swap back, how many shots do I have before I can reload or have to reload? But otherwise, I love the combat here, the flow, getting into it, dodging, wall running a bit. You have jump pads, shooting, swapping the weapons, grabbing the cores. Again, I just think it would have been a nice quality of life options if it could have been that the core cooldown would have been integrated into gun's crosshairs, so I don't have to look down and or try to use it when I think I have it. But it might be less of a problem with upgrades if you get stuff like that, and I know. So we go into chapter 2, and I'm gonna focus more on just showing pure gameplay here, more focused gameplay, unless we go in to get to, unless we're gonna get, oh wait a minute, I did not mean to do that. Did I press the wrong thing? Okay, here we go. Right? Yeah. Unless there are new mechanics, I'm gonna just be focusing more on just pure gameplay. Beautiful though.
Dopamine administered. Rebuild. Plastics engaged. Backup frame check completed. Gyroplastics administered. NOM field balance check completed. Rebuild sequence complete. Warning. Receptors calibration in progress. Calibration complete. Hyper unit ready for briefing.
Such a tiny thing. Yet the power it holds never ceases to amaze me. The existence of every Mobius citizen is bound to it. Yours, mine. This is the seed of the project. Humans love shiny things, and so blinded by its awesome life-giving light, they failed to notice what was hiding in its shadow. I warned the others, but they wouldn't listen. I warned them of the erosion. They didn't see it until it was too late. It corrupted the other engineers and brought the project to a halt. Years passed, eons. Mobius is sick now, suffering from an erosion tumor. Eden is waiting for the cure. Waiting for you. Vasca.
Hyper unit ready for briefing. Remember, this is a rescue operation. Our target is a hive prison, sealed off by an erosion field. It's towering above the very center of Mobius. Disable the erosion field, find your way into the hive. Set the citizens free. Internal Defense Corps are subject to the engineers' orders, so remember, you are infiltrating hostile territory. They will send everything they have to stop us. Now that the surface elevator is open, you need to get to it as fast as you can, and descend to Vulcan, the defunct mining colony below Mobius City.
Find and retrieve the lost core memory file from one of the engineers. But no need to worry. It's been dead for a very long time.
Hyper unit, confirm your status.
Is something bothering you?
Just some noise in my core.
Beautiful animation.
Hyper unit, confirm your status.
In the name of duty, courage, and truth, I will protect the citizens.
We are making progress. It is not by accident. It is by design.
Hyper unit is mission go. Prepare for deployment. Mission start in 3, 2, 1. Commencing orbital strike. Give 'em hell, Hyper.
I'm gonna guess this is a pre-rendered scene, you know, recording something like that, because my GPU is not struggling in this cutscene here. It's going on idle power, but it's very beautiful looking there. So I'm gonna focus here on gameplay, but I'm gonna do one thing here to showcase it. This might be... your experience might look a little bit different, but maybe you can tell something about how frame generation is gonna work. Because if I'm gonna showcase just pure gameplay, I'm gonna need to have more frames for me, even if it is fake frames. I'm gonna enable frame generation and we're gonna just run through this and see what's gonna happen. You can see the impact of the performance here, how it's gonna be with the frame generation. If I start feeling weird input latency or craziness, I will then again disable frame generation. But for me to really play this game, I would have to do this. This is going to affect recording because it uses more GPU power, but it's not insane, right? I wish I could get this experience all the time, you know, 120 frame generation here, around 80 to 90% GPU utilization, and these cores and everything being just that, because this is fine graphically for me, looks pretty damn good, even though I wish I could have, you know, higher quality. But yeah, so I'm just gonna try to see how this is gonna go, play with the frame generation and everything, and if I don't see that OBS just pretty much just crashing down, I'm gonna leave this on. And let's go game.
Hyper unit, stand by for new mission objective. Mission confirmed. Give 'em hell, Hyper.
Can you feel it? The nostalgia of future past. It's like they always want to create something new, but then end up doing the same stupid thing all over again. Aren't we supposed to learn from our mistakes?
Tango down.
You know what I hate the most about this place? It's in the air. Every corner here reeks of it. A wolf in sheep's clothing called a compromise. Once we return to Vulcan and awaken the second engineer,
We'll stir things up.
Big boy? Oh shit, okay. Alright. Oh, it's...
Incoming.
Damn!
Targets neutralized.
Alright. Nice, nice. I like the fight. It's very, like the normal feels like a good normal difficulty so far. Oh, we have upgrades here, okay. Okay, so I'm guessing which one? Is this one unlocked and is this one I can get, or combat to slow time press Q? Ooh, a Hoover. Hold shift. Oh, okay. Nice ones. Let's see. Okay. That's nice. Right, I like this. Okay, and you can see what you can unlock further down the tree. This is a good, easy, but very informational upgraded tree here. I like that one. Right. Okay, can I... So... Hold to install, expand video. Right, tactical reload. That. Quick melee reloads weapon. It goes. Right. But I'm guessing we are supposed to get this one. That's one highlighted. So let's go for that one. That might be the only one that we can get at this point. The one that are highlighted with yellow. I don't know. Maybe I guess I'm gonna have to replay this to see if we can get any other upgrades. But hey, having a slow-mo, everyone likes that. Combat slow-mo. Alright, and it uses your dash and double jump kind of boost fuel there. Okay. Can I remove this? No, you can't. You have to commit to your upgrade. Okay.
Dopamine and cortisol levels stabilized. All systems back to nominal.
I can feel the hormonal spike. The neurochemical waterfall. That was exhilarating.
Can I see something? Okay, press yay. Let me see something. Options, keyboard. Okay, I don't have this bound to my Steam controller because this apparently, I hope this is a miss. I don't see it in here. Oh yeah, no, here we go. Go upgrades. Okay, I missed that one, I guess. Go upgrades. I can fix this later on. I don't think I need this now. I just have to well, it's a really quick fix for me. I can just do this, I guess. There we go. I can just do this. Hello? Oh, okay, there we go. Sorry. Maybe this is needed, so let me just... There we go, and... I missed that. Alright, there we go. Now I can... Zoop. Right, I missed to bind that. Alright, into the action again. Where the hell am I going? Oh. What? There we go. This way. Oh, I should probably try this one out. Alright, yeah. I should probably also do this. Because why not? I don't think I need this one. This is just to let... Oh, that might be ammo for this gun. I need to reload. Alright. Here you can dust and with additional mods, increasing their game. Okay. Oh, upgrade your suit and upgrade your weapons. Interesting. Faster overheat. Upgrades. Hold to unlock. Unlock cost. Okay, so I don't have enough or previous upgrade. Oh, you have to get this one. What is this one? Can I... Okay, I can do that. And here you can upgrade... Trying to tell what the hell the difference is here. Okay, oh, here we go. Hold secondary fire to charge up a powerful laser shot. Press secondary fire to lock onto the target while locked. Press fire to release a homing missile. Okay. Let me go. How do I... Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I have to check something real... Come on. There we go. A Q. Exactly. It's not working for me. Okay, Q key. Stop with that. There we go. Thank you. Oh, okay. Now, okay. Yes. Oh, this is... I think this is a little bit of a design flaw or miss or nitpick. You might tell whatever you want. You can't circle around. When you're pressing Q, you can't circle around. When you press E to go to the next weapon, you can't circle around. It was confusing to me. I was just like, what's going on? I think that's like... Let it just cycle around if you're at the last weapon here. Okay, so what does this do? Faster overheat decrease. I'm gonna go with this one for now, because I use this gun a lot here. So the other one seems super cool, and I'm gonna definitely be like trying to just play this maybe one or a few times without recording or anything, just to try some different upgrades here. So how many? 3,500. Okay, so I can't afford any of these. That's 3, 7, 4, 5, 7. Okay, can I do any here? Okay, I can do one more. So we can have a powerful laser shot or a lock on missile. Let's try a lock on missile also. Oh yeah, nice animation there. All right. Are we? Oh. Weapon upgraded. Yeah, thank you. And we can't get any more. So that's a weapon upgrade station. All right. The other one was a suit upgrade. So the suit is this one. Can I? I don't think I can. Bodysuit. No, doesn't seem like I can see my weapon upgrades in a menu. Maybe I'm missing that, or maybe you can't. Let me do this. All right. Wall running time.
The engineers are out there looking for us. They know we opened the surface elevator, and they know you're coming. Now move fast and break stuff.
Oh, yeah. So how does this... How do I know... Yeah. I go here. Oh. Hello, did not grab on the ledge. I'm sorry, I wanna... Hey, could you... There we go. Okay.
Enemy neutralized.
You need to hurry up.
Alright.
The surface elevator has a limited time window.
Alright.
One chance to catch it before it's gone.
Yeah, the dramatic pauses are just like, please just have a more of a flow, man. So yeah, I think the lock on here, it would be like Doom 2016 and they had a great, like, you know, like now you're locked on. This was very like, am I locked on? What's going on? How does this work? Very weird. I'm not a fan of that. I want a more clear, like, yes, this is now done. That a grapple point? Yes, it is. Could be maybe some explorational secrets. Yeah, well, a little bit of these armor stuff. Don't know how secret heavy this is gonna be. Alright.
It's a strange path we walk on. Once you start to doubt it, you're going down. The winner is not the one who's right, but the one with more conviction.
Again, I like the input optimization here. The grapple, again, is just using the core ripping mechanic. Oh, oh, grapple.
Target target in sight. Entering action zone.
Okay, so that was oh, that's a grapple point, not an enemy. Okay. Alright, yeah. Alright, so let me... Boom. I'm not really getting this targeting mechanism. Like, when this last time here, it was constantly targeting, and I wanted to go back to normal firing mode, and I couldn't. So it's just... The targeting here, it's weird. I don't know. I guess I'm stupid. It just does not feel good to me how it locks on and that, because I was targeting this last big enemy, and I'm like, hey, I don't want to use the target now, and I'm pressing it, and it's target. I couldn't unlock to the enemy there, and I'm like, what? How? Maybe I'm too used to coming from playing through Doom 2016 recently, where you hold down, it says it locked on the target, and then you fired, which works great for me. Clearly this works different, and this one apparently was just So this is, you can't swap weapons when you have this. You only have like 30 seconds when you just... Where was I supposed to be going? There's where I came. That way. You only have, I guess, like 30 seconds here. Whoop. Can't dash either when you just constantly use this. I did not get that at first. Took me a little bit of time there. I think you should be able to drop this weapon. Maybe you can't. Nope. I don't think you can. You should be able to just drop it if you accidentally pick it up and don't want to use it or something.
Perseverance of the city's defense system is startling.
Dramatic pause.
But like any rigid system,
Its demise is inevitable.
Dramatic pause.
Whatever they throw at us is no match for a hyper unit.
Dramatic pause. No. That was the end.
have hyper units like me at their disposal?
No, that was the plan, but it wasn't approved by the committee. They were just too stupid for this stuff, scared of losing their old ways. The project had to be finished, so to speak, under the radar. And now we need to save them from themselves.
So, okay, so this is like another temporary weapon. Is it a sniper weapon? No, it's just or maybe this is not a temporary. No. Okay, so I have that, we have that, we have that. Alright, yeah, I probably wanna remap my weapons in one way or another. Not sure how I want them to be. Yeah, so you have a shotgun and you need to reload. Yeah, you have to reload the shotgun. Again, I think the reload could just... doesn't need to be a thing. We can just make do without the reloading in a game like this.
Funnily enough, the cleaners also use core technology. But compared to your advancement, they're a mere parody.
Cortisol levels have risen by 0.43%.
Cleaner unit in sight.
Right, a little bit HP there.
Approaching central sector.
There it is. Our passage to Vulcan. Can you get there for me, please?
Incoming. Third wave incoming. Final wave incoming.
Ah, yeah. Whew. Damn, yeah, this is... Ooh, I like this.
Neutralized.
Yeah, and it's really fun arenas. Upgrade or something else? Oh, upgrade. All right. Right. So now you can upgrade. Can I upgrade anything I wanna here? So you can upgrade this one. Oh no, wait. Maybe you have to. I don't know. Wait, maybe we should try. So I have one upgrade point. Does it say how many it needs? No. So reduce fuel. Oh, I forgot I have the slow-mo. Let's try something else here, right? Just to see if we can do something. That could be good. Double core extract. That's amazingly good though. But this is probably what I... with a super... that's probably really helpful. But this... okay, yeah, okay, you can pick anyone you want here, right? Okay, that's nice. Okay, so every enemy hit by core explosions drops. Okay, yeah, this is probably gonna be good, you know. I need ammo. Alright. And you have a weapon upgrade station here. How many points there? 2,780. Yeah. Shotgun. I can't upgrade anything. I can upgrade. I can add. Oh, no. This one I have already. Right? Yeah. Faster overheat decrease. Yeah. Okay, so we can do no upgrading at all here. Alright.
You're so special. Striking from above, cutting through the air. They will never see you coming. You are my shining star. Now get out there and shine.
Oh yeah, that dude, that was sounding a little bit sus there, right? I'm not sure if it's me you're looking for in that kind of way. Oh, okay.
But then came corporate strategy, agile development and resource planning. What did we end up with? The biggest block of flats in the universe.
Okay. Bioshock Infinite here. Let me just do something here real quick. I'm sorry, I want to just get this going here. What is this I'm thinking of? It's this one. It's so outer ring. Right, that. Ooh, damn, that's an explosive barrel. Damn powerful one. I just wanted to make sure, minimize my accidentally clicking the wrong weapon and dying in the combat here. But might be the end of the demo, so very soon. Oh, another battle arena.
forever trapped within the vicious cycle of iteration. It's not progress. It's the ninth circle of hell on a Kanban board.
Alright, so you can skip this encounter here. Interesting. Oh. Can I not? If I want to do... Okay, maybe. A bit finicky if I want to swap a direction when I'm going on one of those. Alright. I forgot my slow-mo. I gotta use that in my... use that more in combat for my advantage. I would like to see... I don't think I can see how much weapon upgrade points I have by just... Ooh, oh. Yeah, no, it can't... doesn't say how many weapon upgrade points I have anywhere. That's unfortunate. Alright. Zip. There we go. Zip, zip.
Approaching target zone.
Nice shotgun. This is interesting. A little bit interesting hitboxes sometimes for the grapple. I just gotta get used to it, I guess. Okay, here we have another weapon upgrade. I would like to see how many points I have somehow. Maybe I'm missing how you can before doing this. Because if I don't feel I have enough, I don't want to have to go in to this menu. So I can do this. Slower overheat increase, right? And I have... So you can't swap. Can I? Press second F5 to lock on the target while locked. Press fire to release. That's what the one I have. But I can buy this one. Pause after fire shot. Can I swap between the upgrades? I would like to try that. Can't upgrade this one. It costs... What? Oh, challenge required. Kill N... Okay, you have to kill 30 enemies to be able to unlock that. Alright, sure. I'm just curious to see if I do this. Can I now go into this and swap? Or how does that work? Wait, do I have a weapon swap mode? If I do this, okay, so I can swap here. Right. I'm sorry, I don't remember here. Navigate, select, pause, move, jump, dash, hover, use grab, slow motion, show upgrade. Which grenade up, weapon quick, likely. Blah, blah, blah. Doesn't seem like I can swap. Okay. Doesn't seem like I can swap Yeah, it doesn't seem like I can swap the upgrades I have on the pistols. Unless I'm going into a weapon module. Okay. I guess that's something. Because in combat I'm not gonna swap, but it could be nice to swap maybe outside of combat between them, I don't know. Without having to go into one of these. I don't know. Stand in the marker to charge after reaching the threshold. The marker will move to another position. The must be point. What? Stand in the marker until. Oh god, this does not seem like something that is interesting for me. Where's the next? Up here? Okay.
Incoming.
I'm gonna die here because I'm not fully understanding exactly how this mechanic is, how they want me.
Overdrive at final wave incoming.
Okay, so
Enemy forces neutralized.
right, so I got
It's a
low.
great struggle we need to partake in together. But still, step by step, we are getting closer. A new, brighter future is coming.
Right.
We are standing on the edge looking towards the unknown. And the wind rising.
Right, so I don't fully understand here. I got low HP, and then I got all my HP back. Was it because... I don't know, that's weird, huh? Don't understand that. I kinda get this mechanic, right? You stand here for a while, and if you go outside, I guess it starts again. This was not the mechanic that I think was a fun one, right? But maybe it is like you stand here, it triggers a wave, you can kill all of the waves of the enemies, and then you can go to the next one, stand there, it's gonna trigger the next wave, maybe. Because if you have to be in this little circle and there are enemies spawning, that's not what I think is a fun mechanic. Because the enemies has, you know, lots of them have projectiles. So you're standing here and you're just a sit and target. And if you go out, it's gonna reset itself. I need to play more to really get exactly the mechanic here. If you can just stand one, take out all the targets, stand here, then take out all the targets, go to the next one, then, you know, that's okay. But if you have to be like standing in one of these like target here, and there's enemy coming towards you, and there's gonna be a lot of shooting you, and you have to be in the kind of like a very tight little spot, not what I think is the greatest game mechanic. No, and again, I really don't understand why I didn't die when I had low energy there. It's just why I got all my HP back. But I'm guessing this might be the end of the demo here. It's a good chunk of a demo, so... yeah, this is gonna be it here. So... thank you for playing, yada yada yada. It's supposed to be 2 chapters here in the game demo, not in the game, in the demo. Yeah, thank you for playing, yada yada yada, good. Yeah, again, very fun game. Controls felt really nice. Upgrade seems like kind of interesting. I'm a little bit curious about the kind of weapon upgrade there, like only swapping at stations and that. I'm not sure how that's gonna play out in the long run, but hey, you have some nice upgrades. And again, it feels good, the controls and mechanics so far, and most of the combat, except for the last one, were really fun, really engaging. It was a good pace, not crazy fast, but was fast paced, which I think was nice. Normal balanced in the normal difficulty, felt like to me like a nice normal difficulty here. You know, I probably could have, if I get more into it, getting maybe one step up in difficulty here without feeling that it would be too crazy. And I like the sound design. I like the maps are, you know, it's a linear game and I don't mind that. And the maps felt like they were kind of nice. Some of the grapple hit points maybe felt sometimes like, whoa, why didn't I grapple on? But maybe just it will come to me when you play it more. And I like the enemy types. They felt kind of interesting, some with the smaller robot there, and then the bigger dudes. And the mechanics to having to hit some or having to like weaken armor, yeah, like it's all-right. And I think the audio, the music, everything is very fitting, kind of good oomph to it. It comes down to like the final kind of encounter there with the circle things. That could be something that I don't think is the best. If I have to be in that circle and with lots of enemies kind of shooting and doing stuff, that might not be the the most fun to me. I don't know how many, how big percentage of the battle is gonna be like that. I don't know if you can just, I'm gonna have to replay this just for myself and just try to, can I take out all the enemies, then go stand in the circle, then take out all the enemies, then stand in the circle without enemies attacking. Then it's gonna be, you know, no problem. It's gonna be all right. It's then it just feels like a mechanic that just isn't necessary if it's like that, but it's fine. It's just okay. We could just manually trigger or automatically trigger enemy waves if it's like that. I'm a little bit afraid that it might be that you have to be in that little circle with enemies firing at you, and just yeah, not it. You know, it was manageable here and everything, but not what I felt is a strong point in the gameplay. The other one was more a strong point, just traversing, running, grappling. You have your dashing, and that felt much more of a stronger gameplay point, and swapping the weapons around here. And again, for this game, I don't see any positive in the reloading. It's just just a little bit of an annoyance. Like, I'm in battles and I'm like constantly like, oh man, do I have time to reload? I gotta reload and stuff. But you do get an upgrade that kind of could passively upgrade weapons, right? Which I guess can negate it in a way. But I just feel that reloading just was not necessary in this game. And again, I feel it would have been cool if you could have the kind of the bottom part here with the reloading of the kind of grab the core out, if that could have been integrated into the crosshairs. I don't have to take my eyes off the center of the screen just to see, man, can I rip a core out there? How long is it till I can do that again? But maybe, you know, you might be able to upgrade so it's less of a problem and everything like that. But it would have been cool if it just was integrated like in a red thing into the crosshair. It just went away. That would have been made a little bit of a smoother gameplay. The biggest problem definitely is that it's so the performance is just so rough for me here with my Ryzen 5600X into the ARC B580, like 1080p. I can't get a stable 120 frames on the lowest settings with frame generation and the FSR quality upscaling. And I don't think I could go to balanced mode upscaling, but 1080p with FSR in balance looks like shit, absolutely crap. Like the really playable fun way for me would be if, okay, I can only run this in 1080p native with some kind of very lightweight anti-aliasing on, and then apply frame generation like FSR or XeSS and get a smooth 120 frames. That would be just, yeah, okay, I'm down with that. It looks good even on the lowest settings. But I think my CPU are just barely sometimes making this run good. So I'm just, even if my GPU isn't maxed out, sometimes you might dip below 60 frames. So even with frame generation on, it just keeps dipping below the 120 mark, and it takes away. In a game like this, I just want this super smooth, consistent experience. I have no problem with the input latency here when I play with frame generation on, and the added smoothness increased the gameplay feel, but I can still feel that something isn't as smooth as I want it to be. Input latency wise, no problem. It's just like I need it to be a stable frame pacing there, not going up and down, dipping here and there in the game like it is. I'm also a little bit worried here, like I love how the input optimization is done, really nice for you know, trying to use one key for multiple actions there, but I'm a little bit worried that if they're gonna go the Doom Eternal route with making so that you can hot swap grenades and you are rewarded for doing that in the combat, because I'm not gonna do that in a combat. I'm not gonna keep track on if I have 1, 2, 3 or whatever grenade types, which one I have. It's gonna be, okay, I'm gonna go in with one grenade type and use that mostly. It's gonna be just what's gonna happen. And then maybe sometimes I swap here and there outside of combat to try a different type. But it just never felt good to me in Doom Eternal, like to just be, okay, I have an ice grenade, yes, throw one, let's see, oh, I can swap, I can have, like, let's say I throw an ice grenade and then like 10, 15, or 30 seconds later I'm like, oh shit, this enemy I want to throw my other grenade. It's like I'm not gonna be remembering which one I'm swapping to, so I'm constantly gonna be throwing the wrong grenade. So that's why it's not gonna be not really working there for me. I think it would be better if you could swap grenade types within the kind of weapon stations. But that was also interesting, like you can swap grenade types and everything, but you can't swap, not that I can see so far, I'll find out a way to do it. You can't swap your weapon attachments outside of the weapon stations. And it probably gonna mean that you might buy 2 upgrades, but you buy them because you want to see what they do, and then you're just gonna be, oh shit, I didn't need the one of them, so I'm just never gonna use that again. So yeah, I don't know, like it's not a problem. It just makes it a little bit like you're probably gonna waste some upgrade points on a gun upgrade that you just, this didn't work good, this isn't feeling great. And also, you know, I don't know, that the lock-on targeting seemed a little bit weird, glitchy, not super clear exactly how it tracked. It worked a little bit more stable by the end, but it's like, it doesn't feel good to me, so I'm just, hey, that weapon mod, I'm done with it. I'm going with the laser pointer upgrade, because that one was easy, it worked consistently, it was clear, good. And now it's just, okay, I wasted points on that one. It's what it is. But it is a very solid game. Very, very solid game. I think the biggest, again, you gotta highlight it, the biggest problem for anyone that doesn't have a medium to high-end rig could be you just get so bad performance that you might not get a good experience from it, or you have to turn on such a high upscaling algorithm that it just really looks so bad that you don't want to play it. And I hope the demo stays up after the release, so you can try how it runs on your computer, how the input feels and everything like that. And yeah, it looks good on the low settings, and the cutscenes there, they've done amazing work. But in a game like this, I feel you want to have a super stable 60 frames with, you know, you don't want to have, and you want to have it look like clean. The image gotta look clean. You might not have the highest oomph of textures or explosions, but the image gotta look clean. Or preferably, you know, you want to be able to get, with frame generation or something, just a very smooth, stable 120 frames experience, maybe with a little bit more of a upscaling, fuzzier image. Like that, you don't want this like when the frames going up and down a little bit here, and they're hitching a little bit, and you're just struggling, and you kind of get a bit of a fuzzy image with stuttering frame rate and everything like that. And we need more options, like the motion blur should not be something you have to turn off within the INI files. Also, I might not have mentioned here, but I have hard locked something that's really is missing, is that you can't lock the frame rate within the game. If I can show that. A frame rate limit, FPS limiter, is not in the game. So I had to go into the INI files and lock the game to 60 frames per second. There we go. Options, video. So if I turn off the frame generation, there we go. Now you can see it's locked to 60 frames. because again, if you don't want the frame rate in a game like this just pumping up and down, so this it has to be a frame rate FPS limiter in this game, so you can go for 60, 90, 120, 144, 165, whatever, like preferably just a custom frame rate limiter, so that you can just, okay, this is the frame rate, I can get this one. If you have a VRR display, maybe you can, hey, I can get 90 frames stable, I set my limit to 90, VRR makes it smooth, that's gonna be awesome. Or if you know, just if you're just playing on like a 60 Hz screen, you don't want to have forced the VSync on. I have it because I think it felt smoother, but you might not want to have VSync on, and you just want to, hey, I have a 60 Hz screen, I want 60 frames, and you can't do that by limiting the frames or anything. So FPS limiter needs to be added. You gotta have that here, and it's just, there is none. Yeah, there is no FPS limiter. But yeah, here we go. Yeah, there you go, Metal Eden coming in May 6th, if I'm correctly. I can double check that. Yes, May 6th, no price yet. It's, you know, good FPS game with demanding, but I think it's good looking graphics. So check this demo out, hopefully it will stay up. Maybe enter their FPS speed,